onion රසට මංචිකෝ මේ onion.
Things did not go to plan for Sri Lanka in their second game of the Super 12 round, coming up against a tough Australian side at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Following the 7-wicket loss, Sri Lanka's chances of making it through to the semi-finals slimmed, with fixtures against South Africa, the West Indies and England to come. On Saturday, they will face the Proteas, who like Sri Lanka have 1 win and 1 loss under their belts in this round. Sri Lanka will be disappointed with their showing against the Aussies, but returning to Sharjah could just be the boost they need to get their campaign back on track. South Africa have dominated the head-to-head battle in T20 Is between the sides, winning 10 out of the 16 games they've played against the Islanders. The recent record isn't in Sri Lanka's favour either, as they've suffered 3 heavy losses to the Proteas just last month. After 3 stellar bowling performances in the first round, Sri Lanka have faltered slightly in the last 2 games. Though it didn't prove costly against Bangladesh, the Australians weren't as forgiving. The pace bowlers in particular went for plenty, especially Lahiru Kumara, who has thus far enjoyed a decent World Cup. The bowlers will have to pick themselves up if Sri Lanka are to have any chance in this fixture, especially as they come up against a team that beat them so soundly not too long ago. Avishka Fernando is yet again under a bit of scrutiny following a string of low scores in the last 5 games. He will be probably tested against spin once again, particularly at the beginning of his innings. South Africa's lead-up may not have been perfect, especially with the drama surrounding Quinton de Kock's withdrawal from their second game. However, they showed remarkable focus in beating the West Indies despite the distraction from off the field. Sri Lanka have also struggled against the South African spinners of late, so Shamsi and Maharaj will definitely be ones to watch out for in this game.
There's a thing from your country that I'm totally hooked on, and I am not talking about your tea.
Lanka tiles, designed for you, desired by the world.
Though they suffered a heavy loss to Australia, Sri Lanka will still believe they've got the right combinations in their current 11 to beat the Proteas. Each one of the team has made a contribution at some point of the tournament, but the team will hope a few of them can click at the same time on Saturday. With the game being played in Sharjah, however, they may be tempted to give Akila Dhananjaya a run in the game, as one option they seem to be lacking on helpful tracks is that extra spinner. Just one question remains for South Africa to answer. Will de Kock return to the lineup? All indications seem to point that he will come back into the side, meaning that Reza Hendricks might be the man having to sit this one out. Their bowling lineup seems quite settled, with Dwayne Pretorius and Aiden Markram the support bowlers, to a strike force containing Kagiso Rabada, Anrik Nokia, Tabraiz Shamsi and Keshav Maharaj. During the first half of the tournament, Sri Lanka's bowling unit hunted as a pack, with no one bowler standing out. However, in the last game, it went back to being all about Wanindu Hasaranga once again, as none of the other bowlers looked to pose a threat. Hasaranga will be key to Sri Lanka's efforts once again, but will hope that he gets more support from his colleagues. With the bat, Bhanuka Rajapaksa could have a big role to play, particularly as Sri Lanka's main 6-hitting weapon. Having used the field dimension so well in Sharjah against Bangladesh, he will be keen to make a mark in the back half of the innings once again. For the Proteas, although all eyes will be on de Kock, Aiden Markram is another who has slowly built himself into a powerhouse in the middle overs. Both of them play spin well, and that will be the key for South Africa, especially as the games face off in Sharjah. The surface in Sharjah has played much better than expected so far in the tournament, with plenty of runs on offer. However, the toss is proving to be critical, with 9 out of 10 Super 12 games having been won by the side chasing. Sri Lanka have had a preference for chasing anyway, but they will be desperate to win that toss, knowing that the shorter boundaries at the venue will make it even more difficult to defend a total.
අපේ
කොල්ලන්ට ලංකාවේ අපේ ජාතික පැතුම් කරන dialogue.
Stay on the ball with the Papare sports news alerts. Don't miss out on what's happening in the world of sport. Type sports and send to 678 to register. 30 rupees per month. Conditions apply.